we get started with me just as a fan. I own the first 5 Our Lady Peace albums, so I was a massive fan, and I've seen the band multiple times in concert, going all the way back to 2000. So I'm going to share, I have a few pictures I want to share here that I think will set the tone for this interview. So I'm going to share my screen and let me know that you can see this. So
yeah.
So Somersault 2000. So the first time I saw Our Lady Peace was in Ottawa on August 13th of 2000. And can we take a second to just soak in the lineup of bands here? So our listeners that aren't watching, we have the Smashing Pumpkins, Our Lady Peace, Foo Fighters, A Perfect Circle, Deftones, Trouble Charger, Catherine Wheel, Eve 6, Finger 11, Sum 41. I mean, this lineup, this ages like a fine wine. What do you think about this lineup here?
Yeah, I mean that was our dream festival, right? So and the funny thing that solidifies that. I remember Billy Corgan said on Howard Stern that there was some argument that happened with us that we wanted to headline, and they said no way, we're headlining, and that's total bullshit. From day one, as you can see, the lineup was always the Pumpkins headlining, but because you have the actual set and generally where everybody played. So
that's the order of the lineup that I remember.
Yeah,
Sum 41 were not even big yet. They had just released their first single ahead of the album release. Like, that's how long ago this was, the beginning of Sum 41.
Well, and this festival was basically our dream festival as a band. Like, well, we'll pick favorite bands that we liked at the time, and me being, I was kind of friends with a lot of drummers, and so as you can see, there's a lot of great drummers ended up at this with, obviously with the Foo Fighters, with Dave and Taylor, and Josh Freese was in A Perfect Circle, and Abe Cunningham in the Deftones, and just a lot of wicked drummers. So that was kind of the coolest thing at the show, was just all the drummers were always just kind of hanging outside stage, checking out the other bands. So for me, it was just having a really great hang with a lot of my favorite musicians.
And it shows that there's no ego there, because it's Our Lady Peace that founded this festival, yet you have the Smashing Pumpkins as the headliner. And I remember it was the Smashing Pumpkins that headlined at that show in Ottawa.
Yeah, they headlined all of them just because that was the way we wanted it. And I just remember, if it's, we were always, we always preferred to be the second last band anyway. We headlined Edgefest and swapped out with the Tea Party. We wanted, they'll probably say, I'm sure Jeff would say, no, we were always supposed to headline that. But we realized that to be the last band at a festival is not the best slot. It's always the one right before it, because everyone's still there. Because when you play the headlining slot, doesn't matter if it's a festival, say Molson Park or something, where it's 40,000 people, it really doesn't matter who the last band is. A lot of people are trying to just get home at that point, right? So you're just seeing you're playing to the brake lights as everybody's getting out.
The mass exodus, yeah.
Even the Lollapaloozas, like I saw the 94 with Alice in Chains, and Primus was on after Alice in Chains. It's almost like the last band was, no matter who you were, like there's the mass exodus happening while you're out there, just because there's a percentage of people who don't care. They've been there for 12 hours. It doesn't matter who it is. They're going home. So we always thought that's fine. If you want a headline, perfect. That's great for us, always.
So 12 years later, on March 30th of 2012, I saw you guys at the Bronson Center in Ottawa. This was a part of the Juno Award weekend. And at the time, I was an intern at Warner Music and Publishing. So I was able to get a few VIP passes. And I'm going to share another picture that I think you'll enjoy here. I was able to dig this up. So we actually have a picture together here, if you can see this. So the Bronson Center, that's my friend Selge, who was able to dig up this picture. You can see the quality of pictures from a phone. It's not what it is today, a little blurry there. But that's an intimate show at the Bronson Center. And then I have one more picture to share that I think you'll get a kick out of. So I saw you guys again at Edgefest in Toronto, August 16th, 2014. This is with Sloan, I Mother Earth, and Eve 6, a great quadruple bill. And there was a torrential downpour before you guys played. And let me just get this picture up here real quick. Almost ready. Okay, so this is Edgefest. Torrential downpours happening, and here's my friends and I trying to survive the torrential downpour. Can you see this picture? This is outside.
Oh yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
nice.
us in front of the stage
Well,
before
you
Our
look
Lady
prepared.
plays.
You look pretty prered to me though, with the ponchos.
Ponchos, baby. We were ready for like a tornado. We were ready for anything.
Yeah. Oh, for a sec, I thought the buddy on the left had a like a Captain Highliner hat on, but no, it's just a straight up.
Yeah, looks like Puma or something. So, and the last thing for kind of our history is that a few episodes ago on the podcast, I had drum wizard Jordan Gauthier for a 2-hour deep dive. And I asked him, we were talking about manufacturing drums, and I said, what is like the average amount of time you need to manufacture a drum kit? And he goes, well, normally like 2 to 3 weeks. But he goes, let me tell you the shortest amount of time that it takes, because I've done it once. And he shared a story with you that he only had, I don't know, 2 days or 3 days, and he built a drum kit from scratch. And I was able to share that clip with you, and that's where we became, we ended up in the same orbit, which led to this interview here. So
Yeah, well, this is the bass drum right here, and the rest of it's around. Yeah, he built this little travel kit for me in a couple days. And I kind of threw it out there like, hey, if he can do it, great. If not, I probably thought in my head like, there's no way he's going to be able to do this, but he did. And because they were shallow drums, a single headed floor tom, and so they all fit into each other. So they're smaller, but still amazing job. Jordo's one of the best in the world, and he's a great a bod, as we call him. And thankful that he's around to do that for me. It was amazing.
You threw out a Hail Mary pass, and
I did.
he actually came through with it. And I actually had to ask him, because he said, oh yeah, I manufactured, I think he called it like a travel kit or something like that. And I said, what exactly makes it a travel kit? And it's what you explained, that it's smaller, it fits better on planes, they fit within each other.
Yeah, it's a kit that you can put into one size and roll out. So yeah, it's awesome. Really cool.